Hey everyone, Dr. Richard Lai here with Study Acupuncture with me. And today I have a special guest for you. I have Dr. Lily, and she's actually going to teach us the first form of BaDuanJin Qi Gong, which is going to help us as busy acupuncturists and acupuncture students. And Dr. Lily, you're going to figure out right away, she's from Australia, and she actually practices in Orange, New South Wales. She's also an official BaDuanJin Qi Gong teacher, and on top of all that, she's a mom, so she does it all. And so for me, this movement that she's going to teach really helped me to bookend my days, meaning I would do it in the morning and I would do it at night, and it's really helped me to just start the day and end the day. And then even when I go to my desk and I start to do some work, before I even sit down and I do the movement, and then after I'm done working, I transition out by doing the movement as well. And it's really helped me transition into and out of work mode. So I encourage you to introduce this into your life as well. And actually a great time to do this is right before you study and right after you study, because this movement can help you get into a flow state really quickly. And then when you're done studying, this movement's really good to help you to bookend that study time and help your brain assimilate what you just went over. So let's all follow along as Dr. Lily teaches us this movement.
Yin and Yang. My name is Dr. Lily. Let's do some medical Qigong together. Stand shoulder width apart, Bai Hui raised as if from a string. Hold a ball of qi in front of your lower abdomen. Scoop qi from the earth and draw it up through all passages of the body, pressing upwards to heaven. Gently lower down in a curve motion. Repeat this move 6 times. This is the first form of medical Qigong routine BaDuanJin. It is called Hold Up Heaven to regulate the triple warmers. As we all know, the triple burner, or triple warmer, or Sanjiao, assists all other organs in their functions, and in particular, it makes sure that all passages of qi are open and that various types of qi flow smoothly. Good luck studying.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Lily, for sharing that wonderful Qigong form with us. I know for me, it's really made a difference in my life already, so thank you so much. So everyone, I hope you practice that today before you start work or before you study. And if you want to learn more about Dr. Lily, you can find her on Instagram at The Jade Lady Acupuncture. So go and follow her right now. So our topic today is on large intestine channel theory. So first, what is channel theory? So as you all know, we have channels and then we have organs. And channels and organs, they're all connected. Organs, there are zangfu. And then our channels, we have main channels, we have wall connecting channels, we have sinew channels. And so we as acupuncturists, we treat patients and we diagnose them based on the manifestations that they present with. And then sometimes we get to a pattern that's related to a channel. Sometimes we get to a pattern that's related to an organ. So for example, B syndrome. B syndrome is kind of like a channel issue, but lung qi deficiency, on the other hand, is more like a lung organ issue. And so the manifestations are going to be a little different. Channel manifestations, they're a little more broad and they're a little more superficial than organ manifestations. A channel manifestation is something like stiffness, pain, spasms. But an organ manifestation is like a propensity to catch colds or frequent pale urination. And channel issues and organ issues, they can affect each other because, again, they're connected. So an organ issue can eventually cause a channel issue, and a channel issue can eventually cause an organ issue. Sometimes though, your patient is just going to present with a channel issue. They might just have shoulder pain, and then they don't really present with anything else. You can ask them all the questions you want. Do you have dry stools? Do you have itty bitty stools? They say, no, everything's fine, it's just my shoulder. So it's just a channel issue. So today we're going to talk about the large intestine in terms of the channels. And then we're going to talk about how your knowledge of the actual pathway is really important in order for you to understand the channel theory manifestations. So with the large intestine channel, we have the main channel, we have the lower connecting channel, and we have the sinew channel. So with the large intestine channel, we already know there's 20 points. Large intestine 1 starts at our index finger. From there, the channel goes up to Li2 and Li3 at the either side of our knuckle. From there, it goes to large intestine 4, which we all know and love, which is at the top of this bulge between the first and second metatarsal. And then the main channel is going to continue up through our anatomical snuff box, and it's going to go on the lateral side of our forearm. And on the lateral side of our forearm, it's going to go up until it gets to our large intestine 11, which is on the outside of our elbow, or you can say it's at the lateral end of our transverse cubital crease. And then the main channel is going to go up the lateral side of our upper arm through large intestine 13 and 14, and then we end up in our shoulder. So here we have large intestine 15, which is in front of our acromion, and then we have large intestine 16, which is medial to our acromion. Now from here, the large intestine channel makes an interesting turn because it's going to go to Du 14, and that's because large intestine is a yang channel. All yang channels at some point or another go to Du 14. So from large intestine 16, it's going to go to Du 14, and it's going to pass through small intestine 12 in order to get there. Now, after Du 14, the large intestine channel is going to go straight to stomach 12. Stomach 12 is inside our supraclavicular fossa. From here, it's going to split, and it's going to go in two directions. The first direction is that it's going to go down, and it's going to connect with our lung organ, and it's going to connect with our large intestine. To get from the lung organ to the large intestine, it's going to pierce our diaphragm in order to get there. The other direction is just going to go up. So it's going to hit large intestine 17 and 18. And then after your neck, the large intestine channel is going to go up to your cheek, and it's going to hit up your gums. And then it's going to pass through stomach 4. Now, stomach 4 is on the outside corner of your mouth. At stomach 4, large intestine channel is going to make another interesting turn. Because with the large intestine channel, you have two sides. You have a left side and you have a right side. Now, the large intestine channel, when it goes up to your face, it doesn't go up to the same side. It actually crosses over. So from stomach 4, it's going to go to Du 26 to get to the opposite side, large intestine 19, and then end with large intestine 20. And then from there, the large intestine channel actually becomes the stomach channel. So it actually connects first with UB1, which is on the inner canthus of your eye, and then it goes to stomach 1. So now, knowing that pathway, let's look at the large intestine main channel manifestations. So we have a sore throat, we have toothache, we have epistaxis, which is just a fancy word for a nosebleed, we have a runny nose, we have swollen, painful gums, we have swollen eyes, and then we have diarrhea and dysentery. Now, dysentery is just a fancy word for an infection in the large intestine, and it basically causes you to have really bloody stools and really mucousy stools. And then with the main channel manifestations, we also have pain anywhere along the course of the channel. So now we know the pathway of the large intestine channel, and when we look at these manifestations, it makes much more sense to us, right? Because the channel, for example, crosses the neck, it goes to the gums. So if there's an issue with the channel, then that can present as a sore throat. That could also present as a toothache. That could also present as swollen or painful gums. And then it could also present as epistaxis, which is a nosebleed. Because we have LA19, we have LI20, which are both literally right next to the nose. So that makes sense for that. And then with swollen eyes, we saw from the pathway that right after large intestine 20, the large intestine channel turns into the stomach channel. And it does this by crossing into UB1 first and then getting to stomach 1, which is all near the eye. So swollen eyes also make sense. And then we have diarrhea and dysentery. And then with this one, we saw that at stomach 12, the large intestine channel makes two turns. The first one goes down, it goes to the lung organ, and then it pierces the diaphragm and goes to your large intestine. So if there's an issue with the channel, it can present right away in the organs with diarrhea and dysentery. And then the other turn just goes up and connects with LI17 and LI18. So that's the pathway of the large intestine's main channel, and those are the manifestations. And again, all of that makes complete sense because you know the pathway. All right, next let's talk about the luo connecting channel. Now, the luo connecting channel, we have to know two things first. First thing that we have to know is that luo connecting channels connect a yin-yang pair. So for the large intestine channel, the yin-yang pair is the lung. And so that means that at large intestine 6, which is the luo connecting point, it's going to branch off and it's going to connect with the lung channel. And that's why you can use the luo connecting point to treat issues on both channels. And then the other thing about a luo connecting point is that every luo connecting point is going to disperse into a specific area. So you can treat issues in that area that the luo channel reaches. So for the large intestine luo connecting channel, it goes up the arm. It passes through LI15 and it goes up to your cheek. At your cheek, it's going to split off into two directions. One branch is going to go to your ear and the other branch is going to go to your teeth. So now we know the luo connecting channel pathway. We know where it disperses. Now we can look at those manifestations for the luo connecting channel. So we have toothache. We have deafness. We have a cold sensation in the teeth. We have a stifling sensation in the chest and diaphragm. So all of that makes sense. When I'm reading that, you're probably nodding your head because it makes sense. because we have a knowledge of the pathway. One branch goes to your teeth, the other one to your ear. So that's why you have toothache. That's why you have deafness. That's why you have cold sensation in the teeth. Now, for the stifling sensation in the chest and diaphragm, we have to know two things. We have to know that the lower connecting channel connects the lung and large intestine. And then we also have to know the pathway of the lung's main channel. Now, the lung's main channel, it starts in our middle jiao. And then it's going to go down and it's going to connect with our large intestine organ before it shoots back up to connect with your lungs. And when it connects with the lungs, it makes this diamond-shaped thing as a pathway. So if there's an issue with this main channel, that's why it could present with a stifling sensation in the chest and diaphragm. Alright, and that brings us to the end of this episode. I'm going to go over the sinew channel of the large intestine in another episode, which I'm going to link in the description below once I make it. And before I let you go, I want to thank Dr. Lily again for making a special guest appearance. And I really hope that the form that she taught really helps you. And make sure you follow her on Instagram at @TheJadeLadyAcupuncture. And another quick reminder before I go, sign up for my email list. When you sign up for my email list, you get free study guides in your email. So sign up right now at www.studyacuwithme.com. All right, everyone, until next time, God bless and happy studying.